there, my name is Carla Biesinger and I'm going to be your instructor for these videos. I have been an entrepreneur for about 11 years. I actually started out owning a restaurant in Buenos Aires, Argentina, and have then moved into the online business industry, creating online courses and teaching entrepreneurs from all over the world and from all different kinds of niches how to build an audience of true ideal followers and potential clients, and how to actually turn those followers into paying customers. So I'm really excited to have you here and to teach you how you can first of all choose the right platform for you, and how you can create content that really feels aligned, that feels easy, and that is going to attract your ideal followers that are potential customers. So this first video is all about content creation, really getting clear on what is the content that your ideal follower is going to look for online, how you can add value, how you can position yourself as an expert. And then in the Selling Through Stories course, you're going to learn how to use particularly your Instagram stories, but you could also apply this to Facebook stories or even to TikTok, in order to showcase what you have to offer, in order to filter out your hottest leads. And really my goal for you is to shift away from feeling scared of putting your offers out there because you're feeling pushy, or you're feeling like you don't want to be salesy, and really shift to a place where you feel excited about sharing what you have to offer, knowing that the people who follow you and the people who watch your stories are actually interested in what you have to offer. They're interested in your business, and they are perfect ideal clients for you. So that's my big goal for you. I hope you'll love these courses, whether you're looking to grow an audience, whether you're looking to make connections through Instagram, especially because you're in such a close-knit niche and industry. Instagram can be a really great place for you to make connections with potential venues that might book you, with potential clients, or even with other artists that you might want to hire or that you might want to collaborate with. So I'm really excited for you to dive into the content, take it step by step, one lesson at a time. And if you want to reach out to me, you can find me on Instagram at Carla Biesinger. Always feel free to send me a DM so I can follow you back, and have fun. Welcome to Selling Through Stories, and how to turn your followers into paying clients without ever feeling salesy. Now, in order to set yourself up for success, you need to create 3 types of stories. Stories that show the behind the scenes, right? This is really the special thing about Instagram, how you can let your audience in on your daily life, on the behind the scenes, and just show them where you wake up, who you're with throughout the day, what you do. And that's really great for building that know, like, and trust factor. The second types of stories are value stories. So that's really where you're teaching something, where you're sharing tips, where you're maybe debunking some myths, and really just showing your expert status. And then story type number 3 are offers or invitations, where you basically turn your followers into paying clients. And that's really what we're going to focus on in this training. Now, before we dive in, here are 4 things you must know about Instagram stories. Number 1, most people actually watch stories with the sound off. So it's really important to include captions, especially when you're talking into the camera and there's really a lot of content you're delivering by just talking. You want to include little captions like this. Instagram actually just recently rolled out a new feature that is a stories sticker. So when you recorded your story, up here you will see a sticker, and then it will say caption. So when you click on that, it will automatically caption your videos with what you've said. This only works for English language right now. So that's one way you can use it, or otherwise you can just write the most important bits of what you're sharing in that story as a caption. Number 2, the people who watch your stories are your biggest fans and your hottest leads. So you really want to pay attention to them and give them a little extra love. right? So basically on the bottom left here, you see who and how many people have watched your stories. So what you can do maybe once a week, if you have a little bit more time, maybe twice a week, is go click on this symbol here and go through that list and basically just start a conversation with these people. You can send them a voice note or send them a direct message and just send a text and saying, "Hi, name, I'm so excited to have you be a part of my community. I just wanted to reach out. I'm sitting here, I'm going to create new content, and I wanted to ask if you had any specific questions about XYZ that I might be able to answer." And just really start a conversation like that without necessarily thinking, how can I turn this person into a client? Just with the goal of how can I start a conversation and build a relationship. Number 4 is you can create a close friends list in order to keep track of who has shown interest. So I basically use this close friends list as a hot leads list. So what I do is in a lot of my stories, I include polls, especially if I'm talking about an upcoming program or a new offer or a new product. And I basically talk about it in the stories, and then I include a poll to just gauge who is interested in either learning more, who is interested in trying it out. And anyone who votes yes, I add them to this close friends list. And I'm just going to play the video to show you how you can add someone to a close friends list.
Close friend, you have to be following them. And what you want to do is click on the following button and then add them to a close friend or as a close friend. They won't get notified about this, but in order to access them, what you want to do is then go to your profile, go to settings, and then you have the close friends list. And these are all people that have somehow expressed interest in working with me in one of my courses. So I now have this list handy here, and I can go in and on a regular basis engage with them, let them know when I'm launching a new freebie, maybe reach out and send them a voice note every now and then, just to keep building those relationships and to make an offer every now and then.
Now, the next part you really want to get clear on in order to nail your sales through Instagram stories is what I call the 3 Ds. So in order to catch your ideal client's attention, you have to meet them where they're at. And the 3 Ds are basically the 3 most important things that your ideal clients are thinking about. Number 1, it's the dream, so their desires. Number 2, it's the drain, so their biggest pain points. And then number 3 are their doubts or their insecurities. Once you're really clear on what they're dreaming about, what they're dreading or what their biggest pain points are, and what their insecurities are, you can then start your stories with a hook that hooks them right in. So what I'd like for you to do is pause the video here and go over to the workbook and complete exercise number 1, which is all about the 3 Ds and which was going to help you get really clear on what those 3 Ds are for your business and your customers. Now let's actually dive into the selling through stories formula. So when it comes to the selling through stories formula, there's basically a few different parts to the story, and then all in all they will create one video split into multiple segments, right? So one segment you can see here is up to 15 seconds long. So when you're doing this selling through stories formula, you will end up with a video that's about 60 seconds to 2 minutes long. So the first step is always to start with a hook, right? Remember, we want to hook people in, we want to grab their attention. So before we even start recording, we want to be really clear on who this story is for and how we will get their attention. So what you want to do is to start with a question that addresses one of the 3 Ds, and then include a poll to find out who is interested. So you're basically getting people to raise their hand before you've even made an offer. So in this case here,
And you can either do this by talking straight into the camera or by just typing it out. This was my hook, talking about pitching yourself. Do you want to learn how to pitch yourself to brands to get paid to post on Instagram? And then just a simple poll of yes and not my thing. So anyone who voted yes, I can already go ahead and add them as a close friend, like I showed you before, because those are people who are potentially interested in this offer. Then the second part is really all about teaching and giving value. So share something of value, whether that's a how-to, a tip, a fact, or bust a myth, just where you're giving value. You want to be precise, so maximum spend 60 to 90 seconds on this. And remember that it's more important for us to deliver value than to sell, right? We have to earn the right to make a call to action. Part number 3 is then the call to action, right? So this really is what gets your viewers to take action. And you can do a couple of different things here. You can either say, send me a DM if you're interested or if you want the link, or you can simply include a poll that says, basically ask them to express whether they're interested or not. And then again, anyone who votes yes here, I can then add them as a close friend, and I can also follow up with them in the DMs and just send them a direct message saying, hey, name, thank you so much for voting in my poll. I'm really excited to see that you're interested in learning more about XYZ. Let me start by asking if you have any particular questions about it. Or you could say, hi, name, thank you so much for voting in my poll. I'm really excited to see that you're interested in this particular offer. Here is the link to get it, or here is the link to book. Now, the perfect call to action includes a who. So who is this for? And I'm going to give you some examples in just a second. The what, so what will they get? The now, why do they have to act now? And then the how, okay? So the reason why we want to include the now is because we always have to find some way of creating urgency or scarcity in order to get people to act. Otherwise, it's just human nature to just be like, oh yeah, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll do it next week. Sounds cool. But if there's no reason for me to act now, then I won't be acting. So a few examples of creating urgency or creating scarcity are, this is happening tomorrow. So this is really your last chance to join, or there's only X amount of spots of new clients I'm taking on, or X amount of these treatments that I'm offering this month. So make sure to book in now. And then the reason why we're giving a how is because we always want to make it super easy for people to actually take action. And so we want to be really clear on what they need to do in order to take action. So that could either be including a poll where they can vote. It could be send me a DM. It could be go to the link in my bio, although I don't really recommend using that one. We want to keep them really in the stories. If you have over 10,000 followers, then you could use the swipe up link as well. So I just explained urgency and scarcity. So urgency, only for the next 24 hours, the sale ends tomorrow. This live class is happening only once, so make sure to join. Last chance to join, doors closed tonight. Those are all ways for creating urgency. And in scarcity, again, is there's only 10 spots. There's only 5 of these products left, or this price is only for the first 10 people. So an example here, this is one that I have used before. If you're ready to scale your business to 6 figures, so this, remember, is the who is this for? This is for someone who's ready to make 6 figures and wants to work with me one-on-one in my business coaching program. This is the what, right? What will they get? They will get to work with me one-on-one. Send me a DM saying scale up. This is the how. Send me a DM saying scale up. We're taking on 2 new clients in April. That's the now, right? So you don't have to follow the who, what, now, how. You can mix it up, obviously, like in this case, I did who, what, how, now, but you want to have those elements in there. Another example, want radiant, younger looking skin. That's the what. We're offering a 20% discount on our XYZ service. That's the now, only for the next 24 hours. That's the now. And then the how is having the poll that says, I want this versus my skin is perfect. Anytime you're including a poll, you want to follow up in the DMs to send the link or to send the discount code, right? There has to be an action coming from us that's taking control over the situation, that's reaching out to any of these leads who said they're interested. And then the fourth part is sharing the social proof or any kind of testimonials to remove doubt or risk that they might be having, right? It's always great to say, join my program or come use this service. It's amazing. But unless we can show that this program or this product or this service has worked for other people, it's more difficult for someone to actually believe that it can also work for them. So what I like to do is I always take screenshots when one of my clients sends me a win or sends me a compliment or something like that. And I just save them to a praise album, is what I call it in my phone. It's basically just an album where I save all of these screenshots. And then when I create these stories, I can go in and then upload them as social proof. So the more organic they are, the better, which is why I love screenshotting these messages that I get, because sometimes when we ask someone for a testimonial, people write these really long paragraphs, which is great. But when you get something that's just super organic and just, oh my God, I feel so amazing, or my skin is looking so amazing after the treatment, thank you so much. That's something that, again, you can circle like I did here. And then people also see your reply, which just makes it really real and organic. Another thing you can do is give your clients a shout out in order to celebrate them and in order to basically create your own social proof, right? So in this case, it was one of my students who just reached 1,000 followers. So I just took a screenshot of her profile and I posted it to my stories saying, congrats, Vanessa, on reaching your first 1,000 followers. So you could do this by taking a photo of one of your clients, posting it to your stories, and then saying, so-and-so is looking gorgeous after our XYZ treatment, for example. So here are just some other examples. This is something that someone sent to me after they had bought my presets. And again, you can see my feed is looking so much more consistent. And then she actually included a photo of her new feed, which is just so visual, right? Anything that's really visual, any short wins that you've received are just really, really great for sharing social proof. And this is just a photo here of what my praise album looks like. So just really a collection of different screenshots, all different wins for my clients, different messages I've received, and then I can just go in there and post them. So before you create any story, you always want to ask yourself, what do I want people to do after watching this story, right? We want to start with the end goal. So maybe that's selling 5 of these treatments this month. Maybe it's getting 5 new clients. Maybe it is rebooking older clients to come back or to book another service. So we want to start with the end goal and then basically be really clear on the call to action and then reverse engineer from there. So again, I'd love for you to pause the video here and go to the workbook and complete exercise number 2 to just get you thinking about what calls to actions you want to make this month. So what are you going to be focusing on selling this month? And then reverse engineer. Now, I just wanted to give you a breakdown of ideas for content that you can post each day of the week. Now, this enter the conversation in the prospect's mind is something that I learned from my previous coach, Craig Ballantyne. And what this basically means is that your followers are in a different state on a Monday than they are on a Friday. So we want to be aware of what they're thinking in order to be able to grab their attention. So basically, just to recap, we have 3 different story goals, right? One is to build relationships. And basically that means turning the conversation into a direct message and continuing it over there. Number 2 is to filter out our hottest leads. And that's what we do by adding polls and by adding those people to the close friends list. And then number 3, to make offers, or I call them invitations, which is basically selling. Also remember the 3 Ds, right? So the desires, the pain points, the insecurities, so the different stories they're telling themselves that are holding them back, or the beliefs that they're believing. Now, once you're clear on those, you can then plan out your content. So on a Monday, right, it's this strong motivational message that's new week, new you can and you deserve to have it all. You can share a tip or introduce a product or a service that will help them get there. Tuesdays are great for sharing a tip, teaching, or busting a myth. And then you can include a poll asking, was this helpful? Anyone who says yes, you can send a direct message and say, hey, thank you so much for voting in my poll. I'm so happy to hear that you found today's tip helpful. What's another question you have about XYZ? So that's a really great way for building relationships and for then later maybe turning them into a client. Wednesdays are great for sharing a client win. So again, this is something we mentioned before, is making them believe that it can work for them, right? So by sharing a client win, you're showing that this works for other people, and so it's likely to work for them as well. So a great way to start this story is by actually sharing a photo of you working with a client, or actually a DM screenshot. So if someone sends you a DM screenshot saying, thank you so much for today, I feel absolutely amazing after this treatment, you can then post that to your stories and then create a story saying, oh my God, I'm so happy to hear that this client loved the treatment so much. It's a new service that we're offering. And actually for the next 24 hours, we're offering a discount code for any new client. So send me a DM saying Radiant, and in the next 24 hours to get this discount, right? So this is a way for how you can hook someone in, share value, sharing what's new about this treatment, and then making the call to action. And obviously the testimonial came right at the beginning. So you don't necessarily need to add another testimonial in the end. You can if you want to, but you don't have to. The important thing with sharing testimonials is to show different types of clients, right? Because otherwise, if say I'm 34, if I see your testimonial of someone who's 24, then I'm thinking, oh yeah, of course it worked for her because she's 24 and I'm 34. So I don't know if it's going to work for me. Or if say I'm a mom and you're sharing a testimonial of a client who is a single woman and she achieved XYZ results, then I'm thinking, oh yeah, of course this can work for her because she's single, she doesn't have kids, like I don't even have time to do anything outside my day because I'm already way too busy. So think about sharing different kinds of clients so that your ideal followers can find someone they can relate to. And the other thing is to share specific results, right? We want to get as specific as possible and show really what are the specific results that our clients have gotten for your new clients, your ideal clients, to really feel like, oh my God, this is exactly what I want as well. And the call to action whenever you're sharing a client win is, do you want results like this? And then including a poll. That works really well. Thursdays are a great day to share a throwback. So what I wish I had known when I started out, or what I wish I had known when I was in this situation. And then you can follow up with saying, this is exactly why I've created XYZ freebie or product or program or service, or why I'm hosting XYZ event or treatment. And then have the call to action saying, DM me for the link, or a poll that says, I need this, versus send it to me. So whenever you're promoting a freebie, like maybe you've created a free PDF to grow your link, or you have a mini course, or it could just even be something as simple as a checklist. I love to include a call to action where people need to tell you that they want the link. And again, that gives you an opportunity to create a conversation and to just build a relationship. It's much better than just saying, go to the link in my bio to grab it, right? You want to take action, and you want to be in control of funneling your leads down your funnel. And there's no better way to doing that than by actually having a conversation. Fridays are all about freedom and fun, right? Our clients, they're already thinking about the weekend. So something you can say is, wishing you were inside a dream this weekend, but instead you'll be insert a drain, something they don't want to be doing. And then your call to action is the offer to offer the solution. So again, maybe that's a freebie, or maybe that's an actual paid offer. But yeah, you're basically really honing in on their pain, because you know they want to be doing X, or they want to be feeling X, but you know that they have this pain or this drain that they're dealing with. Saturdays and Sundays are really all about showing that status. So they're not really days where you're going to be making a lot of offers, because people are in this weekend mode. They're just enjoying. They're maybe already thinking about the week ahead, but it's not really a day where you're going to be pushing sales. So just show them that you're living the life that they want to be living, and then get them excited for the week ahead. Now, last but not least, I wanted to share a DM sales script that you can use for actually following up with your leads and for actually getting them to take a next step with you. Important things when it comes to sending DMs without feeling salesy is, one, you always want to be personal, right? It doesn't take much time to go to their profile and find their name. Sometimes people don't display their name, that's a different thing. But whenever you can, make sure to include their name. 2, identify where they are and where they want to be, right? It's all about closing that gap. So finding out where they are right now, what they're struggling with, and then their dream, like what do they want? What do they really want to have? And then 3, if you can help them achieve this dream, offer your solution or share that next step for how they can get there. And I say here, if you can help them, because sometimes there's scenarios where we might not be the best person to help them achieve their dream. So we might refer them to someone else. So always make sure you can actually help that person, and then share that next step. So whether that's getting a certain product or a certain offer, booking a consultation call, or just booking a, basically buying your offer straight away. So an example here is, hi name, thank you so much for voting in my poll. I'm so excited to see that you're interested in XYZ. Just to make sure this is a good fit for you, can you tell me more about your issues and or struggles regarding insert what you help them do? And then if you can help them, say, I completely understand. I'm 100% confident that I can help you with this. The next step is for you to and then insert what that next step is. And then number 4 is to send them a surprise bonus or discount to act, like for them to act now. And I have an example for you in just a second. Another few DM tips is sending voice notes or videos rather than just texting. I love sending voice notes. I think it's much faster and it's so personal because people actually hear your voice. Number 2 is to follow up, right? This is really, really important. It happens so often that we get someone who raises their hand, who votes in a poll, and then we send them something and then we never hear from them. So an easy way, without being too pushy, is to just send another message saying, "Hi name, just checking, are you still interested in this?" Or, "Hi name, just checking, did you have any questions about XYZ? I'm here for you, let me know." And then number 3 is to really nurture your close friends list. So anyone who votes in a poll, anyone who sends you a DM and then doesn't purchase, add them to your close friends list and just continue to nurture them, continue to engage with their content, reply to their stories, maybe send them a new freebie when you're creating one, just to really focus on building these relationships. I have people who are on my email list for a year, 18 months, sometimes even 2 years before they buy anything. But the most important thing is I continue to show up, I continue to give value, and when the time is right, they will buy from me. So here's an example of someone that I closed in a direct message. So she reached out to me and she basically gave me a lot of details of where she is right now. So it was really easy for me to just send a voice note and recommend her a specific program. And this actually, she listened to that voice note, she went to the link and she booked a call with me straight away. So when you're really clear based off of their message, where they are and what they want, and you have a solution for them, don't be shy to send them a link to that straight away, but you want to be sure to send the link and then follow up with them. This was actually a brand that I thought did a really, really good job, a bikini brand. So I sent them a message and basically asked, "Do your bikini come in sets? How do I add the bottom part?" They got back to me right away. They included my name, saying the price is just for the top. If you want the bottom, you need to add it. And then they sent me the link, which is so great because that's just making it so easy for me to actually go and buy. And then they said, "Don't miss the promo code DeLion Party." So that then for me was like, oh my God, and I'm getting a promo code. I'm going to buy straight away. So that's a really, really nice surprise discount. Or again, sometimes if you don't like to give discounts, you might give a bonus and say, if you book by tomorrow, you're also going to get this for free. So that's the end of this training. What I would actually recommend is for you to go back and watch it again, especially the selling through stories formula. So you're really understanding for how to construct these stories. And then just think about which days of this upcoming week you want to make offers. Be really clear on the call to action. Go back to the 3Ds, the dream, the drain, and the doubt, and then the selling through stories formula to construct your perfect stories.